Hello and welcome to the St Kilda and Bayside report for the month of July. My name is Jeremy Rosens and I'm joined by two special guests on both sides of me. On my right,
it's me, Jeremy Limor Herskovitz.
And on my left,
Nikki Janova.
Fantastic ladies. Fabulous to have you joining us here on the Bayside report. How are you finding the market at the moment, ladies?
It's good in respect of whatever's been put to market has been selling really well, but we find there's a shortage of stock, so people come on down.
Yes, there is a bit of a shortage of stock. We've just had an election, Nikki, and I think probably by the time this does come to air, we probably still won't have a Prime Minister or an elected party.
It doesn't make a difference, really.
I don't think it does, really.
Look, we've seen that many elections, haven't we? And
We
has
have.
it ever changed anything in these
Not really. I think
areas?
both parties are so similarly linked anyway in
Yeah.
their policies and things like that. But it still is a bit of a strain on the market, but it hasn't really had an effect. But as we said, as we go to air, we probably still don't have a Prime Minister. But we have had a busy month of June, ladies. And
Yes,
I think both of you have been both quite busy. But let's review some of the sales. We were last week, or last month at least, down at 4 at 91 Wellington Street in St Kilda. It has not yet gone to auction, but the numbers through the door have been quite significant. So if that is a tale of the tape, I'm sure we're going to have some significant results come auction day. But let's just get straight into it, Limor. What are some of the properties that you're seeing coming up into the marketplace over the next few weeks?
We've got a ripper, a one-bedroom apartment in the Luna building. In terms of location, you really can't get any better than that. We've got apartment number 204 at 173 to 175 Barclay Street, Jeremy.
That's a beautiful building, architecturally
Unbelievable.
designed. It reminds me of either of you been to New York City?
Flatiron?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
reminds me of the
Many years
Flatiron
ago.
building. It's a very cool looking building. So if you're a lover of architecture and you don't want to buy a property, you may as well just go along and have a look at that.
You've
It's a
got to
good property.
go to the rooftop there. It's incredible. The views
Yeah.
are sensational.
Very cool, very cool. Nikki, what else have you got?
Yeah, I've got a really good one starting this weekend, 702 at 8 Waterview Walk in the Docklands. And I'm just so surprised by the value in the Docklands at the moment. This is a massive apartment. It's got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a car park. And it's got 270-degree unobstructed views as well, which is just
Fantastic.
incredible. And it also has beautiful facilities. I mean, you've got this gorgeous pool, this stunning pool and gym and sauna. So, I think that it's a great opportunity. And I think that even for the buyers that are looking around St Kilda, you'll find that it's really not that far.
And the price point
And
there,
the
Nikki?
price point's $5 to $550.
Terrific.
So
Well, that's sort of entry level for the Docklands now, I would have
Yeah.
thought. In fact, it's probably below entry level.
I
That's
think
really good
think
buying.
it's a great opportunity. I'd get in there.
Along with that inner city theme, ladies, I've got one coming up at 1007 at 594 St Kilda Road in Melbourne. Again, 2 beds, 2 bath, 1 car space. A fabulous opportunity, this one. A high-rise building in the Alto building along St Kilda Boulevard, I'm going to call it. 550 to 600 in that price point. It's light-filled luxury, as we're saying, with vibrant views, and that's going to auction. That is going to auction later on this month, on the 30th of this month at 10:30 a.m. So investors and owner-occupiers, that has got unobstructed views over St Kilda Road, over Wesley College and High Street. Beautiful looking property, that one. What else you got, Nikki?
Very rare find. You don't find many 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom units, which is what we've got here at 245 Alma Road in St Kilda East. The layout is just fantastic and really good living zones and a wraparound courtyard or garden, I should say, all the way around the unit.
Probably the most sought after properties on the market are those
Yeah,
single
they
level
are.
villas, wouldn't you
Yeah,
say?
I mean, look, there's so many people that are after these. You've got your downsizers, you've got your first home buyers, investors. It suits so many different people. And of course, the location is just brilliant.
And the price range there, I think, is sort of in that
1.1 to
1.1 to 1.2,
1.2,
which
yeah.
is, it doesn't seem, it used to sound like a lot of money, over $1 million, but that is now, I guess, the first home buyer territory as well. And that, as much as we thought that was the downsizer territory for the single level stuff, it's now what the first home buyers are buying instead of the freestanding house, which
Yeah.
is looking closer toward that $1.5 to $2 million in the East St Kilda marketplace.
It's a great stepping stone to the next property, just to
Definitely.
get in there at least.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Limor, you've got another apartment to talk
Yeah,
about.
for all those who love Jeremy as much as we do and want to be close to our office so you can get a look at him
Well,
more
you're
often.
there too, Limor. You're there too.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but you're there.
Not as good a mug as yours, darling. But we've got an apartment there that'll really be good for first homeowners or investors alike at 135 Inkerman Street, an apartment number 229. I believe Michael's taking care of that one for us. Is that right?
Michael?
Michael?
I didn't hear the M on the beginning of the Michael there.
Michael.
Yes, it is Michael. He is looking after that one, and I've got the pleasure of doing the auction there. That's a good apartment there.
Yeah.
And a great little spot. I mean, the cafe culture of St Kilda is just around the corner, and as you say, our office, just a short walk.
So if you want us to manage it, if you're buying it as an investment,
Even if you want to just come up for a coffee, we'll happily
we'll
prepare
make you
one
a coffee.
for you.
We'll
We've got a
make you
barista
coffee.
next to us here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far, but I could probably make a cup of coffee. We don't have an espresso, but I could probably wrangle one up.
Yeah.
Now, GPTV this week, for those that watch this show, you may also watch a bit of GPTV. We did actually film in a property at number 3 Hertford Street in St Kilda East.
yes.
This
Magnificent.
is just a superb home.
Insane, yeah.
This is the first time I saw it a couple of days ago when I walked through to do GPTV. It is stunning. It's got
Stunning.
whitewashed floors, white walls. It's stark but elegant at the same time. It's a beautiful home. That one is going to auction there on the 17th of July at 12:30.
17th.
Yes, it's a busy day for us on the 17th of July, and the price range there, I think they're looking at
Early
interest. It'll probably be 1.9 plus, so early 2s, I think, is where
Yeah,
you'll see the interest.
I think
and
so.
I think
it's
that's great
worth it.
buying. 3 or 4 bedroom home, a period home that's been completely refurbished from front to back. A gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous family home.
And it's a gorgeous street. I mean, it's really tucked away nicely there.
Yeah.
And close to all the action, but you've got the serenity of that.
That
positive-
beautiful, quiet
Yep.
cul-de-sac street off Lansdowne Road, which is a perfect segue, Limor. That was very clever of you. I don't know whether that was intended or not, but we are sitting here in another quiet little cul-de-sac street off
Can't hear a
Lansdowne
peep.
Road. Cannot hear a thing
Nothing.
other than perhaps a few little raindrops, because we are sitting here in the middle of winter, but it's very toasty and warm in here. Tell us a little bit about the address where we are, Nikki.
Well,
If you know
Penley
where we are.
Court. Well, I know where we are, Jeremy. I love this position because you're in the centre of everything, but you're just so quietly tucked away. So you've got, we're just around the corner from Dandenong Road. You've got Paran here, High Street. You've got Carlisle Street on this side. A little bit behind us, we've got Chapel Street. So I just love that you're surrounded by all these incredible precincts, but it's just so peaceful and tranquil where we're sitting now.
I'll tell you what's great about this home, Limor, and I know that you're a lover of this sort of era of
Love-
real estate.
it's,
I'm not going to even
Yeah,
guess
the
as to
age,
whether
yeah,
that's
the
an
age.
era that you were born in. I know it's an era that you're familiar with,
I
we'll
was
just
probably
say.
a teenager, wasn't I?
I'm not even going to engage in this discussion because I know where it'll lead, and I won't
It'll
be the
lead to
winner
my
of this
birthday on the
argument.
17th of July. Is this one
Is that
auctioned
where
then?
we're going
That's
with that?
where we're going with it.
It is auctioned on the 17th of July. Gee whiz. And I'm not going to ask how old you are, but I'm guessing it's not your 21st because I feel like we celebrated that last year or a couple of years ago. But anyway, Penley Court, number 8, an original home that is so neat.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Walking in here, it's not quite stepping back in time, but the features here are still quite original. It's got that kind of plush pile carpet,
Yeah.
which has got that kind of 70s vibe to it, but a floor plan that's so flexible with 3 beds, 2 bathrooms, and of course off-street parking for a couple of cars. You could do a serious renovation here.
Yeah, the floor plans on this era are just perfect for renovation, but completely livable as is. I mean,
Absolutely.
it probably wouldn't stay with this carpet, but that's just my personal
Well,
taste.
there's a lid
But
for every pot.
There
Limor.
is, and you've got to come down. Anyone who's got a bit of a artistic flair and just would love to put their mark on this one, this is perfect, and it really is great buying. We're quoting up to $1.05 million on this one.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, this is as affordable a buying in terms of the range that we expect it to sell in as you'll find in East St Kilda.
That's it.
And
There's
if
no-
you put the
yeah.
work into this, I just don't think you could lose here,
No,
honestly.
no,
I
there's
mean, if you look around the streets of this area, there's very, very few freestanding houses.
Well, when you think of what we're selling really beautiful older style apartments for now,
Yeah.
which are getting sort of 7, 8, even 900,000.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
For a little bit extra, you're buying a house on its own block of land,
Yeah.
and it's not a huge block of land which we need to maintain. It's a good block, I'm not sure the exact size, but it's probably 300 something square metres. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is.
But if you come on down on the weekends, have a look at, because this is a really, really, really good property and worth a look at, and definitely worth investing your money into, even if it's a
100%.
long-term hold or renovate and live in, whatever you want. Now, last month we did talk about a number of different properties. I'm not sure whether you looked at all of them, but one of the properties that, Nikki, you were very much involved with was on Nepean Highway.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the property, what happened at the
Sure.
auction, what the selling price was?
Yeah, well, this is a magnificent double-storey Art Deco masonette, 2 bedrooms and a study, or 2 to 3 bedrooms. And we had a really great, solid campaign. We had good numbers through. It presented beautifully as well, which really helped. And on the day of the auction, we did pass it in. We had 2 bidders, but we passed it in $1,020,000, and it sold immediately after.
And I think your vendors probably were
undisclosed
happy
figure,
below
but-
that figure. So
Yeah, well, they were happy. Yeah, so basically, we sold it well above that, and in fact, I think that, you know, for that position of Nepean Highway, because there've been several sales, that's actually a standout. That's a new price precedent that we achieved there as well, which was fantastic.
well, kudos to you. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Lemorse, Tennyson Street.
Yes, one of my favourite
block you know
blocks.
quite well.
Yeah, I've sold a few in that block. Number 20, Tennyson, the apartment number 9. Great result. We had competitive bidding, and we managed to sell that above our range at $705,000.
And a good auction there. I had 3 bidders there, and we got it on the market and sold to a client who is well known to the company, Buyer's Advocate, who we had a bit of banter, a bit of fun at the auction, but an eventual selling price, as you say, at $705,000, which represents pretty good value for what is intrinsically a fairly original apartment with a bit of work done to it, but good size and space.
Yeah.
Opposite
love
the
that
front
street.
doesn't get any more.
Faultless
Love that
location.
street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I was actually away when this sale took place. I was on a study tour. That's what I'm telling the tax department anyway in London when Michael was on the phone to me regarding a sale that we both listed at 425 Mayfield Street in
yes.
St Kilda East. A tightly held block, this one. There are 8 townhouses there. It's actually just near a school. It backs onto a school. But we ended up selling this one before auction. Got a sale price in excess of $800,000. It was undisclosed, so I can't tell you the exact figure. But we were quoting $750,000 to $800,000, and it sold in excess of that prior to auction. And I think, again, 3-bed, 2-bath, townhouse.
Compact.
Yeah.
Neat.
And a good result there for East St Kilda.
It's another block that I'm familiar with. And yeah, good location, good address.
Now, for those that haven't noticed, I'm sitting here as the only male on the couch. And for those that understand real estate in Melbourne, I think, and I say this with respect to other agencies, that we're a bit behind the times in terms of who, I don't mean Gary Peer and Associates, but the industry as a whole. Having travelled through a few different continents to have a look at the way they do real estate in other countries in the world, there is a disproportionate amount of female agents elsewhere than there are in Australia.
So what you're saying is they got it right overseas.
Well, what I'm saying is they do it differently. Whether it's right or wrong, I'm not here to debate that, other than to say that we probably, I'm not sure whether we lead the industry, but we do have a lot of female agents.
We've got it right, absolutely. We've got plenty of female agents.
Well, I've got
and
2
staff.
on either side of me, or one on either side of me and one on the other side of me. What do you put down to, because you're both seriously successful at real estate, and you're both parents, you both have, I mean, you've got 3 kids, and you've got beautiful Lydia, and I've got 2 kids and a wife who maintains my house.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I wouldn't say but she keeps everything on the home front simmering along nicely. And I couldn't imagine having to juggle the time and having to juggle kids and pickups and food and stuff like that and the career. How have you managed to etch out a career as successfully as you have done and still keep the home fires burning, as it were?
I think it's the juggling that makes us better agents, to be perfectly honest, because we can do many things at once. You know, I could be on the phone to someone and I could be sending an email at the same time, and I can be booking something online, whatever, you know, so I can do it.
For those that don't know Nikki she can do 15 things at once, and you'll know that she's doing 15 things at once because there's about 150 things flying in the air. But amazingly,
It all
gets done.
But I also have a partner at home that doesn't let me into the laundry, which is just fantastic.
Really? He doesn't let you in the
it's
laundry?
just- yes, I'm not.
So he
allowed
does
to.
all the laundry?
He does all the laundry.
I didn't realise you had it so easy
I just
at
give
home.
him my basket. nearly every day.
So does that
Yeah.
mean, Paul, if you're watching, can
So
I
it's all
bring
about
the washing round?
delegation.
that's
Okay,
good.
You've got to delegate. You can't be afraid to ask for help.
And Limor,
wherever
you've
you
got
can get
3
it.
kids. How do you do it? I mean, that's with one and a few extras, I know. But how do you do it with 3 kids?
It was tough in the beginning because they were all in school, and I'd actually make sure that I was there to take them to school, make sure that I was there to pick them up, and then after dinner was on the table, I'd go back to the office at night, and eventually it was okay to do some work from home.
Yeah.
And now, thank God, they're all older and they pull their weight around, so it's really, really good. And they were patient and they were understanding because they knew it was for them, basically, that we were doing all this. So, and good support in the office. We've got a good network. Nikki and I work really well together, and we do a lot of work together, so we help each other out as well.
I love that you say you work well together because, again, viewers won't realise this, but amazingly that you say you work well together. But during the day, maybe it's a female thing, I don't know, but you scratch each other's eyes out, but then in 5 minutes... You're hugging and kissing each other. It's an amazing thing.
It's a bit like a marriage.
Well, I don't
isn't
know.
it?
Well, I don't scratch the eyes out of my wife.
No, we don't.
I pull her hair. I don't scratch her eyes out, though.
No.
It works.
It
works. That's it.
There's a lot of love there, isn't there, Nick?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of love in the office for all of us.
It's a very nice environment, actually.
No, the St Kilda office is fantastic.
It's a very
like
nice
a
environment.
warm family.
It has got that vibe. But so what I'm hearing is a lot about time management.
Time management.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
So when you see the young guys coming, because we've got a lot of young guys come into the office, and they come and they complain about they're great at what they do, but they're always, I don't have time for this and I can't go out with my mates. You must just
There should
laugh
just
at
be
that.
boot camp for the boys, I reckon. For the young ones that come in, okay, so you've got to do your Gary Peer work, but this is what else you've got to do at home.
I think also, I'm a single mum, so there was no option.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motivation there to do well, and maybe the younger generation have had it a little bit...
a bit easier?
A bit easier.
What do you think it is that makes... Because obviously, from a time management point of view, that's one aspect, but there's an intrinsic something or other, I don't know what it is, that makes some female agents they just get the process.
Yeah.
Is it the empathy?
It's the emotion and the empathy. It's very easy to gain trust from people, I find, male and female.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a bit of an edge there.
Yeah.
as
Also,
far as
being a
that's
mother,
concerned.
aren't you a psychologist? Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
No, seriously. I mean, you have to do a lot of things. You've got to be a good listener.
Yeah. I think experience as well. Doing this for a long time, you gain that experience and you learn how to deal with certain situations.
We started together.
We did.
We started together at the same office
nearly
all those
20
years
ago.
Oh my God.
A little office in St Kilda, we started together, Nikki and I. And
Yes.
we've almost mirrored, our paths have mirrored the same way, and here we are together.
And you're both my boss, so...
We have no bosses here. So, ladies, it's great to have you here and a really good insight into what it takes to be a mother and a great agent at the same time, because you are both evidence of excellence in that field. Coming up in St Kilda this month, very quickly, there is a competition that I want to let you know about, which I don't know whether you know about.
I don't even know about.
But there is and you'd love this here, Nikki, because I'm reading here. You can. It's the St Kilda Winter Foodie Competition. So the top St Kilda restaurants, and I'll name some of them, they're going to try and be crowned as St Kilda's winter culinary
I've
champion.
heard about this actually.
So there's restaurants like Milk the Cow, Prince of Wales Kitchen, Saint Hotel, Captain Baxter, all these types of places. So what you do is, and it's running between the 1st and the 31st of July, so there's still time. Okay. What you've got to do is you've got to hear hashtag St Kilda Foodie to the Instagram account for, I don't even know what for, but I'm assuming for the St Kilda Winter Restaurant Competition. And if your photo is voted number 1, then you will get the best 3-course meal, I believe, in one of the chosen restaurants that you've chosen for. And don't forget, Sunday, the first Sunday of every month. I know that you ladies love, not every month, but you do go down to the St Kilda Farmers Market.
Yeah, love
Gary
it.
swears by the orange juice there, because it's the best orange juice.
Really?
Yeah,
he had an orange juice stand with Philip when they were younger.
There you go.
It was shut down, by the way.
Yeah, for reasons that we can't disclose.
It's true.
Ladies, thanks for joining me here. That's been a wrap for the St Kilda and Bayside report for the month of July. We will see you next time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for
it's been
having me.
incredible.
Pleasure. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.